Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I was a little late today, but I had some technical issues. Actually, maybe I should just introduce myself first. I'm Mood. Welcome to Art Mood. We discuss and look at games with fantastic artwork. Actually, it doesn't have to be fantastic artwork; it could be any form of artwork. We also look at just artwork in general sometimes. Actually, at a certain point, I need to find a good source for artwork for this game. We can talk about it in the future, maybe on a Friday, hopefully. And then I'll post it. No, I'll do it here and then post the results on my YouTube channel, Art Mood. If you want gaming stuff, you can check out Fruit Punch Crunch. And any follows or subscribes would really help the channel. So, yeah. So today we're playing Skies of Arcadia. We're a little far in it. We've done, I think, 2 episodes already. No, 3. I'm still editing the 3rd episode. I need to work on that too. So, anyway, so today's episode, we're just gonna be doing some Ixataka stuff. But yeah, of course, just well, if you're watching this on YouTube, I guess you can't. But if you're around, drop by and say hi. And if you're watching this later, which a lot of people do, just yeah, you can message me on Twitter and ask what's going on, what's the dealio. But yeah, so let's start this. So I tried to grind a little bit. Is it too loud? Is it too loud for you guys? Okay. Yeah. So I tried to grind a bit. So I actually used the black map, which I almost never used in my other playthroughs. I didn't need it, but I felt like I should probably try and use it. I unequipped it, but I did use it to grind a little bit. So yeah, we're good at a good level. So what we need to do now is there's a cutscene coming up. I don't know. Is it too loud for you guys? It's loud for me, but I don't know. I mean, I get to enjoy the music, so it's no problem for me. So, do I even remember the voices? So yeah, I'll keep checking the capture to see if things are going okay. Hey, what's that smell? It smells like something is burning. Okay, I remember it. I remember it now. Look on the horizon, boy. I didn't say boy, but that was ad lib, really. The forest. That says a lot about society. And yet we live in one. Oh yeah, the chameleon. That is the name of the ship. I put flamethrower ship in the title, but it's the chameleon. I don't know why I forgot that. Kind of an interesting idea. That would only work with flying ships. You know how in a group like this, there's always this evil organization. There's always like one guy who's just like one or two people who are just like despicable. You know, that you're just like, why are they on this group? Like, why? Like they're really messed up. I'm honest. Let's look at a lot of anime and stuff. There's always a character like that, or two. I don't know what he sounds like. Burn, burn, Burn! Witness the awesome power of my flame cannon. The thicker the forest, the more it burns. After I burn down the forest, I'll be able to find the lost city of Rixus, and the moon crystal will be mine. Lord Loco, there's a ship approaching from the aft. It matches the description of those air pirates. Did you say something about my bowl cut? Because I don't like it when people say stuff about my bowl cut. Vice is here? He's the kid that escaped from the Grand Fortress and defeated Beleza. Belza. Should remember that, guys. Perfect. He's just in time to feel the heat from my flame cannon. I wonder how Vice likes his food. Medium? Or perhaps well done! I hope he doesn't die too fast. You know, he totally has that laugh. The forest. This is horrible. What kind of twisted cycle will do this? Man. Dun dun. Whoever it is, he's gotta deal with me. If we get hit by that blast of fire, we're done for. We have to dodge the flames and counterattack. Oh, I love this music. I love the music in this game so much. Fear the power of the invincible chameleon. I see. The capture rate is really good today. Saints be praised. Everything's green. I'm so happy. I don't even know what happened. It was doing terribly earlier, and then I reset everything, and now it's just awesome. I hope it stays this way. I really hope that wasn't some sort of weird foreshadowing. Oh, you got focus too. You think you're so great. So I don't know. I'm hoping to finish a lot of this today, the Izataka thing, but I really doubt it. Look at the animation on that. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Trying that trick again. Are you kidding me? Why did it miss? It said chance. That one was lost as well. So, but then that's because I was behind them. Yeah, what are you gonna do? I don't think he'll do the flamethrower thing yet. Yeah, okay. It's time for the main event. You better watch out, Vice. Don't get too close or you'll get burned. Axe, body spray, and fire. Wonder if we'll actually hit. It's hard to say. I can't remember even if the harpoon cannon can actually miss. I don't think it can. Because it only uses at opportune moments. So, as part of the story. Kind of. So, yeah, I don't think it's gonna miss. But, something I've never really thought about. Ooh, that vibration. Ooh. You can do it, little Jack. I'm guessing the next one is the flamethrower. It's gonna be a cinematic, I'm sure. There we go. See, I was close to the voice. He does sound like that, kind of. What kind of a fortunate person would call a kid the Loco? How'd you like that, Vice? That's what you get for scratching my ship. Damn, I didn't think that flying piece of junk could do that much damage. Listen, boy. Focus our cannon fire on the turn right before he attacks. It will knock him off balance. Boy. His ship is relatively small. If we can knock him off balance, he might not be able to use that cannon. Alright. You're the boss. Duh. Use oh yeah, I forgot. I bought actually like this stuff, so I don't have to use up any focus. So yeah, I'm a little, on an unrelated note, I'm a little behind on drawings. So I need to work on those tomorrow. So I don't know if I might be playing Blaze Blue tomorrow. I mean, to be fair, I'll be out during the day and I'll be streaming during the night, but I need to squeeze in practice for that game. And even though I do a little practice every time I end the stream. It's not really enough because I'm not like at a good enough level, you know? But then the people I'm fighting in the game, they're ridiculously hard. So yeah, I need to up my game. I need to be better. But it's just so hard. Like, ugh, such a hard game. Blaze Blue Cross Tag Team Battle, whatever it's called. And it's a shame because I really like the game. But yeah, it just and wish I used a torpedo earlier. I don't know, actually Incram might be better. Incram. Harpoon cannon. I mean, it's gonna finish him anyway, but yeah, still. Just in case somehow it misses. For those who are like really like, because I've played through this game about 3 times, more or less. So there's my 4th time trying to actually finish it, 4th or 5th time. But like, usually when you do these ship battles, right, you can kind of see on the grid that there's this kind of like you can see the yellow and red and the harpoon cannon symbols at the top, and sometimes they're kind of flipping back and forth. So I don't know, like usually that tells me, oh, maybe the characters can make a decision and then that changes the fight. But like sometimes it doesn't do that. So I'm thinking, what determines that? I guess. Oh, Captain Stripe. Yeah, I need to look it up myself, I suppose. Anyway, new cannon. What? What? Impossible! My flame cannon! How? I can't, I can't do this. It can't be! It can't be! It can't be! There's no way I can defeat... There's no way they can defeat me! There must be a dream! A dream, I tell you! Faint. I've never actually read that before. I just remember it coming and I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna voice that. Sir, get a hold of yourself. You must retreat. Head back to Moonstone Mountain. Alright, we got them on the run. They're probably searching for the moon crystal too. Gotta hurry. Oh yeah, let me use the Captain Stripe before I forget. I think it's here and here. Oh wait, yeah, let me also equip that new cannon. It's heavy cannon or standard cannon? Okay. Okay. So, you are the people that have come from the eastern skies. The High Priest informed me of your arrival. They also told me that you drove off the fire-breathing ship that was destroying our land. I thank you on behalf of my people, the forest and Quatia. It was nothing really. We're just doing what we thought was the right thing to do. I was driven from my land and forced to live in this hut. I am sorry, but I am not in the position to compensate you for your bravery. However, I will do anything that is within my power as king to reward you. Is there anything I can do for you? Actually, Your Majesty, we did have something to ask of you. We are looking for the green moon crystal. The green moon crystal. Perhaps you speak of the legendary sacred green stone. The band from Valua came looking for the same thing, but I don't know where it is. However, if the stone did exist, it would probably be located in the lost city of Risix. Lost city? Risix? I believe that was the name of the capital of Isataka in the old world. You are correct, and very fine. And it is said that the buildings, even the streets, were made of pure gold. Gold? Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go find Risix right now. Should turn that into a GIF somehow. Come down, Aika. You're embarrassing me. So, do you know where Risix is located? I like her. I'm afraid not. It has been hidden for generations. Our people call it the City of Mist. It may not even exist anymore. One of my high priests knows a great deal about the old world. His name is Isapa. If anyone would know, it would be him. I see. Would it be alright for us to meet Isapa? Isapa is not here. He is doing groceries. Valuans took him to Sacred Mountain. In the mountain is a mine that contains what you call moonstones. So the Valuans kidnapped one of your high priests and is being held prisoner in the Moonstone Mountain? Vice, what should we do? I mean, yeah, let's break into the Moonstone Mines. I mean, come on. Let's break into the Moonstone Mines. We can try and save his supper. It appears to be our only option, boy. Breaking into the Valuan stronghold isn't going to be easy, girl. You're willing to risk your life to save Isapa? Our sacred mountain is south of the Horteka village. Be careful. Leave it to us. Onward to Moonstone Mountain. Oh, there's one here. Okay, something I'll need to do just really quick because I totally forgot. So I've been collecting charms, right? And I need to figure out the best setup to use them. When I was a kid, I used to just give them random charms, but I realized that's actually not the way to do it. You're actually meant to give Cupel a certain amount of charms. Let's see. Just gonna wiki this real quick. Yeah, so he has kind of like weapon paths. So the moment he's just Cupel, I think. See, just Cupel. But if you give him as okay. Yeah, I'm looking for a chart. There we go. Someone did this, finally. Okay. That's confusing. Okay, so if I give Cupel 2 of them now, it becomes the Cupel blade. Oh, okay. There's a lot of weird weapons he can change into. So, blade, cone, sword. It's different from a blade, I guess. Star, cutlass, spear, and claymore. So another sword. Cannon, club, Lance, Spike, Hammer, Pan, and Weight. There's also a Cupid final, which I don't think I've ever seen on any playthrough, so I don't know what that looks like. Um, I guess the easiest way to get to final is just only give him charms and no Ambric charms. So, yeah, if I give him any Ambric charms, I guess it will just have to be one. Yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, this is kind of confusing, but let me screen shot this so that I can look at this later. Um, so if I give him one Ambric Charm now, he'll turn into a cannon. Okay, and then when he becomes a lance, I should give him a another Ambric Charm, and then more charms. And okay, this might be boring for people who already know this or don't know this. So yeah, but um, yeah. So I should just keep giving him champs for now. Oh wait, did I screw up? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Give me a sec. I read that wrong, so I shouldn't have given him that many champs. I didn't save. Alright. I guess we're just stuck with the cone now. But, funny enough, you get an item called Charm where he Cupid regurgitates all the charms he's eaten. Then you can give them back to him in so that you can create the weapon you want with it. So yeah, and the way to get a charm, you have to wait pretty later in the game to get it. Oh wait, did I? No, sorry, I forgot to pick it up. I think. Did I pick it up? So yeah, I kind of screwed up with the charm thing. When I was a kid, I didn't really think about it that deeply, so I just kept giving him charms whenever I found them. But yeah, so I'll try not to do that this time. There's also a guide to where to find them, so yeah. Let's see, Moonstone Mountain, I believe. Ooh. What's this? There's something set in the statue's eye socket. You found the golden man's eye. Hey, no one will notice if it's missing, right? And besides, we're air pirates. Can you really blame us for taking a little bit of treasure? I think Moonstone Mountain. Oh wait, wrong button. Okay. So yeah, just keep playing the game and hopefully some chums will just show up. And we got preemptive strike. I don't know if you knew this already. This might have been from the last stream, but I finally got someone to learn Rizzlem. So, yeah, it's Fina, of course. I need to get Aika to learn it too. So yeah, there's Cupo as a cone. But there's better ones she can Cupo can transform into. But yeah, For some reason, I don't know what Cupid Final is, honestly. Because, like, again, I've never got into it. There's probably someone on YouTube who's, you know, done it.
That was easy.
I don't even know what final would be. Ooh, nice level up. Alright. I think it's this way. I think it's right over there, but I could be wrong. Or maybe it's not.
Here goes.
I did want to restart the save, but like, I'd have to go through that boss fight again, and yeah, that would take too long. So, yeah. So yeah, just have to remember about the charms. Apparently, you can just buy charms too. So, yeah.
Serves up right.
So yeah, after I'm done with this area, I need to go back all the way to Sailor's Island to buy a charm. Am I going the right way? Let's see. I think they said it's south of Arcadia, right? Yeah, there it is. So this dungeon's a little tedious, but let's try and get through it, guys. Hey, buddy. Yeah, I don't think this game was trying to be subtle with the whole slavery thing. You know? And all the white man and the, yeah. And if you dig really deeper, I mean, it they've come to take a valuable resource, which not just happens in real life, but like how there's a vibranium mountain or something in the Black Panther story, and then you know, the invaders are after it and stuff. Kind of. I mean, to be fair, maybe that story's been done a few times, so yeah. Just trying to think of a commonplace version of that story. Something that people could relate to, I guess. More so than history, I guess. Oh, I think we stepped on some kind of switch. Well, doesn't look like anything happened. It's probably nothing. Meanwhile, in the Fortress of Solitude. Well, the Loco, I've heard that the air pirates have crossed the South Ocean and that they're on their way here. Yes, I ran into them north of Horteca. They, narrowly escaped my flame cannon. Yes, it wasn't my fault. No accountability. Yes, well, Fighting air pirates is a bit more difficult than burning down trees, but I guess you already knew that. Vice was responsible for my demotion. I will make sure he suffers, and I will prove to the world that I am Valuva's greatest admiral. Soon, Gaussian will be taking orders from me. Oh, I simply don't understand why someone as noble as myself is forced to take orders from anyone other than Empress Theodora herself. Well, the Loco, I must be going. I have to exterminate some pests. I am the Holy Emperor.
Idiot. Perhaps you should have stared into the mirror a bit longer this morning. I think you have a hair out of place. Yeah, good one. As for you, Vice, you damaged my precious chameleon. You'll pay for that. Oh, yes, you'll pay. I swear on my purple bowl cut. The next time we meet will be the last. My gator! Sorry. Someone just set off the alarm. I wonder who it could be. Alright, yeah, I'm just gonna walk all the way here. Yeah, looking cool, looking smart. I'm not a failure, muffer. Ah, Vice. How nice of you to drop by. You saved me the trouble of finding you. Yes, I know that you're searching for the moon crystals as well. You must be trying to rescue Aesop, huh? Good, good. You see, Vice, these mines are full of traps. And not the traps you're thinking of, but the traps that I'm thinking of. Too bad for you. You can't escape, Vice. You'll never leave these mines alive.
Well, the exit just closed by itself. I don't know about you guys, but I got a bad feeling about this place. You think, Vice? You think? Guys, I'm up here. You can't get me from down there. Nope, it won't open. Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't matter anyway. Ooh. Ooh, there's a champ nearby. I think. Oh, the opposite direction. Yeah, that symbol also really helps because, actually, you know, it might have been in the original as well, but with the VM unit. Drachma, you should always spirit charge. That's what you're here for. That's your number one thing. You are my number one guy. Actually, to be honest, he's not my favorite. Well, essentially later in the game, some of the characters kind of switch out. Most of the characters stay around, but there's a few that, well, not a few. Well, you'll see. And for those of you who know, you know. Man, I didn't imagine I'd be actually going through this game on this channel. Like, I thought to myself, man, this game is too long, so I don't know if I can do it. But, I don't know. It's, we're doing this somehow. It helps that I've finished this game several times, so yeah. But I haven't finished the game recently, so I don't think I remember everything. Oh, another black map. Not really useful because I think you can only equip it to Vice, so that's not great. So getting multiple versions of them is not you know, not helpful because you can only equip one accessory. Ooh, that looks bad. Oh, focus. Yeah, her focus was good last time too. Ugh, later they're just gonna have a much better focus, but we'll see. Oh, another weird thing about this game is that it's kind of hard to max out your level in this game. Not that you need to anyway, but it is a little tricky when it comes to like, you know, if you can do that. That's fine.
Back off! Out the door!
That didn't really do much. I guess it's the element I'm using. Ah, no counterattack. That's not good. Yeah. Yeah. Wow, I could really feel the Cutlass Fury with the vibration of the controller. Hey players! It's good!
Petrify my enemy!
Yeah, you may have petrified. Did nothing, I'm sorry, Ma. But you hard though. I'm glad that being petrified in this game doesn't just mean it's a game over.
We did it!
Okay. So, one of the best things and worst things about this game is it's random battles. Oh, okay. You know, I've never actually fallen through this before. I think, because I don't remember ever falling through those holes. But I remember thinking, yeah, anyway. That was weird. So a lot of the stages that those things you gotta avoid. So go on the X. which is kind of ass backwards still. Just quicker to just use magic to take them out. They have pretty low health anyway, so should be easier.
Moons, give me strength.
Got magic drops too, so.
That was easy.
You know, I do kind of also wonder this, like, how does the game decide who does what at the end of the, you know, who does the victory thing at the end? Because it kind of feels like it's just Vice who does it. Let's see, so it's X, isn't it? There we go. Pretty straightforward, right? It gets more complicated. There we go. So yeah, this is the part that kind of annoys me is so you gotta go first person, you check the rails. So if you go on the middle one and the right one, that's not good. So I believe we need to go to this one. Oh. The loopers aren't really gonna get her better magic, but still. I can use Rain of Swords in the next turn.
Moons, give me strength.
Huh, 2. That's not bad. Nice try, mate. Counterattack. Ah, come on, man.
Serves up right.
So I think there's a Cham around here as well. Okay. I forgot about this elevator. There's a Cham nearby. Fluence!
Yeah.
Here goes.
But yeah, so So I do hope to just do a video about the artwork in this game at some point, but I need to find a good source of the images. And also will be kind of spoilers too, so if you're just watching this and this is your first time going through this like game with me, then yeah. I haven't done an art video for a while. I haven't actually streamed my drawings for a while. Honestly, it's because I'm not always happy with the work I make, so usually I'm like, ugh, you know? There we go. The jam. Hey, Haley. You were streaming that new game recently. I forgot. The first person game. How did that go? Atomic Heart, that's it. Thanks for reminding me. Yeah, how was it? Adequate stream? It was good, but annoying at times. Yeah, he seemed to be actually struggling in that game. You know, fair enough. Yeah, I might get it at some point. It looks bizarre. That OD seems kind of interesting to me.
Pirates of old, defend our cause!
So what's your plan now? You gonna stay around or go to sleep? I hate some of these enemies that move really slowly for no reason. Kind of just makes it... Oh, really? Okay, I might... Yeah. I was saying, like, what's your plan now? Is it to, you know, you're going to sleep now, or you're gonna kind of, you know, check out some streams? Actually, I realized the mic is a little quiet, so I'll turn it up just a little bit. Okay. So, yeah. So what's your plan, I mean? Fair enough. There's barely any voice acting in this game, so you're probably just gonna hear me do really dumb voices. Not fatigue gas. I wonder if anyone's ever just uttered that just loudly. I mean, I allow fatigue gas every so often, but not like this. And that was a joke for the stream. Why is this match going so long? It's because of these damn machines. Ooh. But at least Q-pull is fine. But yeah, actually, speaking of which, since we're playing an RPG, I was actually watching a dude, he was talking about, like, he was like doing a top 10 modern RPGs. He did two lists, actually. There was one that was like top, like, turn-based RPGs and just regular RPGs. You've seen this game before. Yeah, it's actually really old. It was originally on the Dreamcast, and then they moved it onto the GameCube. It's, yeah, very old. But I finished this game like a whole bunch of times in the past, so it's actually my first time just trying it on the stream. Actually, not the first time. This is like the fourth stream of this game that I have done. Funny enough, I found like a well, not I found, but one of the viewers from, I guess, one of the streams, I guess the first one I did of this game, he gave me a link to a Discord for this particular game, which is pretty cool. Because it's, I love this game, but it's very, very niche. You know? So it was nice to just find a community of people that like this game and make fan art and all that stuff. I hate this level because of stuff like this. Okay, if I go in the middle, I think that's okay. Yeah, some of these levels are just, yeah, it is nice. Very happy because I only have a person I talk to about this game is an old friend from primary school. Forgot this level. There's a little backtracking in it because it's a turn-based game and they have to keep you in these dungeons long enough so that it's a game. The difficulty is just having to go through these fights all the time. Oh good, for the captures freaking out. That's me. Let's see what else. So yeah, it was doing a top 10 list of like turn-based games or something, and Bravely Default was on there, which is a turn-based game on the 3DS. He talked about how difficult it is, and to be fair, it is. At the beginning, it's relatively easy, but later it gets really difficult and kind of repetitive because the whole thing about that game is you have to find these 4 crystals around the world and then put some sort of energy into them, and after the 4th one, the main characters get transported back to the beginning of the game, but they have all their memories and stuff. Oh, you know of Bravely Default? Yeah, I know it had some controversy because they censored that game a lot when they brought it out of Japan. Like, they changed the characters' ages, for example, because they were like, I don't know, like teenagers. Like, they were like 13 and 14, those kind of ages. And they had the characters wearing some outfits. So Nintendo, outside of Japan, decided to change their ages so they were like older. But then they also kind of just censored the costumes anyway. But it's probably the only game I can think of where the male costumes are just as bad as the female ones. So that's something, I guess. He also talked about a game called Tales of Arise, which is apparently quite good, and I need to kind of get on that at some point. It's also 4-player and not turn-based, so that's cool. But then the Tales games are always like that. It's always co-op-y. But it's not a requirement to enjoy it. Like, I don't know, there's a lot of games now where you have to be online to enjoy it and you have to team up with people. But I don't know, I just prefer games where they're just you enjoying it, you know? You're not, I mean, if you want to do co-op, you can, but it shouldn't be the main focus of the game. Some games fine, but it felt like for a while most games were just that nowadays. I mean, Overwatch is a very good example because you can't, there's no like one player anything. You can practice, you can go to a shooting range, and that's it. And it's a shame because it's the story for Overwatch is actually pretty good, but they just decided, yeah, it's only gonna be online stuff, sadly. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess that's where the world is going these days. I think people tend to like these sort of games more, so I get it. Let's use some of that sacrum. It's a little lag with the audio. Hoping it's not a major issue. Oh, I forgot to, Haley, I forgot to go and get spirit camera off with you. Hopefully it doesn't need any patches or updates or something. Yeah, they're kind of worse. Of course, I've only played the first one, but every so often they'll have this kind of like very short campaign that you can do by yourself, but it's like only once a year or something. And I'm like, why can't it be just around all the time? You know? But apparently I asked a friend and he said even the new one doesn't really have like one player stuff in it. So that sucks, unfortunately. Especially since like they actually put a lot of effort into making the characters kind of interesting. In the overall, oh yeah, Friday is fine. They put a lot of effort into the characters. Oh, the Loco mail. It's a Spanish mail by the Loco. Okay. Is it for him? Or for her? Oh, it's for him. Okay. Alright. It's better than the golden armor? Okay. I guess so. Oh, tomorrow I'm doing some portfolio stuff again. So I'm going to this cafe in Camden. And the nice thing about this cafe is that they have very orange eggs. Like the yolks are very orange. And those are the best type of eggs. Kind of pricey though, but I get it. And also they have pretty decent Wi-Fi and a lot of sockets. And it's go through the middle one. It's annoying I have to backtrack and do all of this, but yeah, it's a nice place. It's also like a plant shop. So it's very oh god no. So it's a cafe, but they sell like tons of plants there. It kind of looks like a not B&Q. It's a home base. It looks like a big like plant shop, and yeah, but they also have a big cafe there. It's really neat. It honestly, I was like, that's actually not a bad idea. You can be, I don't know, having some grown stuff there, but you can also buy plants. It's not a bad idea, and it smells nice because it's a plant place. So yeah, I'm hoping to go there tomorrow and Hopefully it's a good setting because I'm still trying to look for decent like um, cafes to hang out at. Oh, you want to go? Yeah, we should go one day together. Be nice. Um, oh, not terrible bite. It wasn't that terrible. It's bad advertising. Oh, the fatigue. That's what makes it terrible. Yeah, I think there's like a low lag with the sound, but alright. Don't know how to fix that. But yeah, we should go, definitely. But I'm hoping to go early because I guess now people on holiday. Oh, Wa Cafe. Oh, I love Wa. Wa. Um,
That was easy.
but it's like you have to go there so early just to get the good stuff. And yeah, and you also have to kind of beat the lunch rush. Even actually, just recently, I was thinking about the egg sandwich I bought from them recently. Wait, I could have said that better, but yeah. Anyway, that egg sandwich was just really, really good. I still think about it from time to time. I kind of want to go there tomorrow, but nah, it's fine. Maybe I'll go there next week or something. Okay, careful, careful, careful. Not so bad on weekdays. I guess if you if you go there before the lunch, before lunchtime, it's not too bad. Weekends, yeah, not the best time to go. Even worse because I think halftime is next week. Or the kids already on halftime now. Not that kids will go there, I guess, but you know, maybe some people will. They have free time. Let's use more magic. It depends. Sometimes I have to do stuff in the morning around the house.
Moons, give me strength.
Like today I had to sort out some medical stuff. So for my mother, so it depends. On a good day though, I could just make it at any time. As long as I plan it
That
early.
was easy.
But yeah, tomorrow I don't have any prior engagement, so who knows. But I've already kind of set my mind on going to the garden center. So maybe I'll just go to one another time. But you should totally enjoy it. Maybe they have egg sandwiches at the garden center. I mean, it won't be as nice as the Japanese style ones, but ooh, phone call. Just a moment, guys. Alright, sorry about that. Gotta edit that out later. But, yeah. Like, maybe fire will work.
Moons, give me strength.
Oh yeah. On Twitter, there's this person that's been posting like tips on using Photoshop, like how to do like just some interesting stuff on there. And let me see if I can find it whilst these characters are pummeling me. Oh, nice! Got some new followers. Yeah, the Twitter page is called Photoshop Tricks, and it's actually quite useful. I mean, I don't necessarily have Photoshop anymore because of the whole Adobe thing, but I think I have a free one somewhere on the computer. Maybe I do. I don't know. I haven't used Photoshop in like ages because I actually use Clip Studio Paint, which can sort of do the same stuff that Photoshop can do. Just like, I mean, for Clip Studio Paint, it's more for drawing and stuff, but you can use it for editing images and such. In fact, I sort of use it to make thumbnails for the YouTube channel. But yeah, I don't know if it can do the complicated editing stuff that you see on Photoshop. But it's a good one to check out if you guys are interested. Sometimes I also just watch them so I just know how to do it later. There's also one about how to, not how to, but it's, what's the word I'm looking for? It's how to like use PowerPoint proficiently. Oh, it's on the other side. Okay. Yeah, I don't want to sort of run around this. Should be a way, I thought. Yeah, I remember someone gave me like um whatchamacallit, like I guess Photoshop, but like a really old version of it. But it's a version that it's not really installed on the computer. It's sort of just a file, but you can use it as if it is just Photoshop, like the regular type. It's actually not too bad. Where am I going? I think it's this way. And then, one of these ones. Okay, this one. But yeah, but I haven't used it in ages since this is a story? Maybe. Oh, Elton John. This was the last place I would expect you. You don't seem like you're Valuan. Who might you be? I'm Vice. Are you Isapa? No, it appears you've mistaken me for someone else. My name is Clentime. Then you're Hans's father. You know Hans? Then you must have been to the village in Hoteka. That's where my wife and children are. Everyone's okay, right? Yeah, they're doing just fine, but you should worry about yourself right now. Oh, I'm okay. When I refused to help Valua, they threw me into these dungeons. I've been here for quite a while. You were looking for someone named Isapa, correct? If so, you need to venture further into these mines. I think I can help. Out of my way, people. This is an elevator. That's not what he said. The elevators scattered throughout the mines. You will need to use them to reach the other areas. I can get them working. Just gonna fit all these wires. Yeah, there we go. And ooh, I don't think that's meant to do that, but okay. Yeah, I mean, we all kind of live in our like own prisons, and maybe that's why he's used to being in that empty white room. Also, I'm sure he just practices something there. Maybe he plays Uno by himself. Woohoo! Wow, Clentime, you're amazing. Why, thank you. I must advise you, proceed with caution. There are all sorts of traps. I will travel ahead and see if I can disarm them for you. Can't wait to see your next performance. Thank you. You've been a great help to us already. It is the least I could do for you. You rescued me, remember? I'm sure we'll meet again. Good luck. I will see you all in Kingsman 2. I really hope I don't have to do more of those floor puzzles. And I know by saying that there's probably going to be more floor puzzles because I'm sure they feel like people really enjoy it. What's in this room? A Zal seed. Yay! I will probably never. Christmas Eve. Okay, well, these seem like nice people. Let's see. There's something else I need to do this week. What was it? Oh, don't run. Come on. Potty pooper. What was it? Oh yeah, freaking need to fix my HSBC thing. So annoying. You kind of use this card key thing to get into your account, and the annoying thing is they run on batteries, and there's a whole thing to set up a new one. Because you can't, they don't change the batteries, they just give you a new card key thing, and then you have to kind of set it up with all the new details and stuff. It is a kind of good system to get into your account, but it's very, very annoying when the battery dies. But the nice thing is at least the battery doesn't die that often, so there's that. I think I'm near the end of the dungeon actually. At least from my memory. I think. Cone him, Cupel.
That's fun.
Dun, dun, ding. Why is there never spirit that goes up? That's what I need. More spirit. Ah, what's here? Yeah. Is this another thing? Okay. What's down this way first? Ah! Random bottles of powder fun. Don't think fire would work too well on it. Okay. Sharkma, I wish you were better at using magic. It would help so much. He barely did nothing. I wonder if I can squeeze in some practice later. Blaze Blow. We'll see. Oh, by the way, guys, I did finish Resident Evil 4. The main story, at least. So I'm just waiting for the DLC stuff to come out. Which, and I totally get it. You know, it's a modern time. Everything is, all the games now come in parts. You know, they don't just release a game and then it's got everything on it. It's like it has. You know, they'll release a game and go, we're gonna add a whole bunch of things in it later. And I get it, you know, they have to continuously make more money now because games now cost more money to make. But still just kind of annoying, really. Still, yeah, it's kind of annoying. Even worse when some of these things are already in the game, but you still have to wait for a certain amount of time to access it. Even worse, sometimes you have to pay for them. Ooh, a 3-inch blaster. Do I already... I already have that. Am I going the right way? Because I feel like there was something down that way. Upstairs. Huh, there's nothing in here. Okay. Yeah, let me go upstairs real quick. Oh, you know what? I think I have an item that allows me to skip fights. No, I don't have it yet. I am so sorry, chat. Oh my god. Oh no, I don't have it. I'm sorry. Yeah. So there's two items, the black map and the white map. And the black map gives you more fights, but the enemies can't run away. Very useful if you're trying to like grind and stuff. And there's a white map, which I believe just stops the fights from happening. And the way this game is, I don't think you want to skip fights because you need as much experience and leveling up and magic points as possible. But when you're streaming, you kind of need to you know, you need to keep it going. So I can't. So I don't want to try and backtrack too much, but I'm probably gonna have to a little, just so I can get the Vice the Legend title, and that's by collecting 90% of the treasure in the game. At least 90%. And I feel like I'll forget if I just ignore it now, because this game's quite big. Once I kill these loopers, I get lots of experience, so it's not bad. It's not a bad deal out of it. Is there a reason? I mean, I know I do the voice anyway, but I wonder why Drachma looks like Sean Connery. I wonder if it was by, you know, it was just a coincidence, or they literally just based it on Sean Connery. Yeah, it looks a bit like him. Probably wasn't intentional, but still. It's just kind of funny to think about. I mean, he was pretty old at the time of this game's release anyway, so makes sense.
That was easy.
It was, but it was just very long because these enemies have really high defense. Got a lot of money out of it though. Their speed went up. Nice. Dex's seed. Can't wait to not use that. Okay. I think going this way. Does it work? Apparently the map says I haven't been here before, to this part before, so I'm guessing it's just to get me back to the entrance. Unless it's like a secret level, secret part of this dungeon here. These guys. Come on. One of the things about modern like turn-based games, because this is pretty old. This is like over 20 years old. But modern turn-based games, you tend to have like a rush button, so you can just go through these fights way quicker. But old games didn't have that, so here we are. But it does give you a lot of time to think about why there isn't a rush button in this game. Maybe they didn't think people would care for it at the time. But then this is way before streaming, so you know, I guess I didn't think of that. I mean, people speedrun this game, so I'm kind of thinking how they do it. I guess they just run from fights. And it sucks this game punishes you for it because the main character gets all these titles and stuff in the game. And when you keep running away from fights, it kind of ruins the titles that you can get later in the game. And if you do it too much, you just become Vice the Coward, which isn't what I'm trying to go for, but yeah, it would make this game go quicker if I did that.
I'm glad everyone is okay.
Oh, she's actually talking. I feel like she doesn't talk too much in this game. Yeah, so am I meant to be here? Come on, that was barely like a minute. Ooh, I got preemptive strike though. That's good. That's pure manliness, one right there. And I hope to be that way in 2 years. Yeah, I'm kidding. Although the eye patch is a choice. Oh, yes. I just remembered. At the moment, I have been playing Gotham Knights. And yeah, I get why people don't like it. Because if you've played any Arkham game before, it's essentially better. One of the reasons I did hear that, one of the reasons people I heard didn't like the game, Gotham Knights, was because of the battle system. Which, yeah, especially since that's the main part of the game, it is a little weird. It's not great. But then again, it's meant to be a game where you play it with other people. So I guess they made the battle system simple so that you can co-op with others. But it's weird because the Arkham games, the best feature about the games was the combat system. But with this new game, it's like the worst thing. Because it's not the same combat system, which fair enough, games don't have to be the same all the time. I mean, Gotham Knights isn't an Arkham game, so it doesn't have to stick to those, it doesn't have to be the same thing. But the problem is, it's sort of an Arkham game anyway. So, yeah, I don't know why they did that. Oh, story. So I was meant to go this way.
Good. Soon, Vice, very soon, you shall die. And when you die, I want you to die slowly. Yes, slowly. Really slowly. I want your brains to gush out of your head.
Pardon me, the Loco.
What is it? I'm having a mood.
I didn't mean to interrupt one of your intellectual monologues. I came to tell you that Vice has broken into the mines.
And you figured this all out by yourself? What gave it away? Was it the alarm? Maybe it was the sirens.
Beautiful. Yes, well, the fact that he was foolish enough to deliver himself to me, I shall go and dispose of him. I read that wrong. Gomenasai.
You are the fool, Alfonso. The only reason that you were made admiral was because of your family. You don't stand a chance against Vice. I shall kill him. I want him to die. Die. Soon. Very soon. Ugh. I gotta talk to everyone on Reddit today.
Ugh. Yeah, I'll just have to remind myself to come back to this dungeon and, to try and get all the treasures and stuff. I'm not trapped in here with you, you're trapped in here with me. I could just attack. I mean, they're just cannon fodder. And the characters have leveled up a lot, so... Ugh, okay. Come on, man. Stop using ice on me. So cold. That's not gonna help you. 'Cause I can do this now. Man, my throat is getting really... Bleh. Okay. So yeah, Gotham Knights, I'm kind of playing it a little at the moment. I think I'm near the end of the game. Honestly, I like playing Batgirl because she does kind of play like Batman a little bit. But again, it's not meant to be an Arkham game, but they made her play more or less like Batman, so it's still weird. The Glyph of Might. Kind of a lot of those at the moment. Glyph of Speed. Are you Isapa? And who might you be? Are you the High Priest Isapa? The one and only, I am Isapa. We're on a mission from King Izataka. We're here to rescue you. Well, the king knows what I like. Sending 2 beautiful women to come save me. Oh, he's one of these guys. Okay, doke. I have no use for you men. Now, if you would just leave us alone for a while. Oh, really? There's no way that this dirty old man is a high priest. Oh, aren't you a pretty one? In all my years, I have never seen anyone like you. I believe that you are a Sylvite, am I right? What? How did you know? Instinct, my dear, instinct. I am very observant, especially around women. We get it, you're straight. Oh my god. I could probably guess that goofy girl's measurements. Okay, we're leaving him here. Okay, that does it. I know we have to bring him back, but the king didn't say anything about bringing him back conscious. Relax, Aika. Right now we just have to worry about getting out of here alive. Let's go.
So, you've rescued Isapa. Very nice. But soon you will die. You will die a horrible death, and you will scream, and I will laugh.
I like his dialogue.
I have prepared my favorite room just for you. Please come in and stay a while. Stay forever. I was Mom's favorite.
Yeah. He truly is the Loco. Alien slave. That's pretty good. Slav, slave, Slav, Slav. South? You know, I've never actually had to pronounce that word. I'm actually thinking what it could be. Oh well. Okie dokie. Of course, one is to save outside the room, and that's usually a bad. But yes, after I'm done with this stream, I will try to just come back to this dungeon to try and get all the treasure chests and maybe grind. But I think this boss should be okay. Probably should have used those magic droplets, but I'm okay. I'm alright. It's cool. I don't get it. Why would the Valuans build such a huge ruin in these mines and not use it for anything? I don't plan on sticking around long enough to find out. I mean, there's all that blood on the floor, so... I mean... Come on, guys.
So you've made it this far. I am impressed, but now you shall die. You will pay for what you did to my precious chameleon. Oh, yes, you will. I love it. Haha. All of the slaves who tried to run had died in this room. Vice, I want to hear you scream. Now I shall have my revenge. Let's start the show, shall we? Huh? Now what?
Oh, it's you. Long time no see, Vice. It is I, Alfonso Rubiero. I came here to watch you die.
What are you doing? Alfonso, you fool! You charlatan! You mama's boy! If you're in there, I won't be able to crush them.
Someone of my stature doesn't deal with filth like yourselves personally.
Dispose of them.
Antonio too. Finish them. Ah, clever name. It's just gold now. You're the first boss. I mean, I guess the first boss is brother, sister, cousin. We don't know. Yeah, I probably should use those magic droplets. Yeah, oh well. Got a lot of boxes though. For speed. Focus. And let's use some of the boxes. We got a whole bunch. So, might. That's for one character. That's a shame. Might. We use that for Vice because he's our heavy hitter for tonight's show.
Let's try this.
I can't remember. Can you have multiple buffs in this? Ah, well, we'll find out. I know certain buffs stack on each other, but like, I can't remember if these two can. Two can. Yeah. Huh, maybe. Huh, it's a lot of damage. Oh, they do stack. Nice. Let's do a spirit tackle as well. Get him, Vice. Huh. Did less damage than I thought it would. That's a shame. Chidori, this guy. I mean, it is pretty much Chidori. Look at that. Except with explosions. Critical hits. It's not very nice. Try this view again. Not that it was that useful, but I don't know. Why not? Sakri. Healing Slav. Slave. Slav. Sloof. Slev. Slevalaboo.
Let's try this.
One of the saving graces of this game, you can skip special moves, but not magic for some reason. I have no idea why you can't just skip magic. Such like a weird, like, I don't know why they did that. Just such a weird choice, I guess. Sacrum. And let's give Drachma some buff here, and then Spirit Charge again. See, you can't skip it. I guess maybe the creators thought the animation was pretty short, but like it kinda isn't though. I already said this on one of my streams, but I really like it when games have like music that change depending on the situation. Not really change, but they kind of add instruments or they do something to it. Remix it or something, or they change the arrangement. That's maybe what I was trying to say. Like Zelda games do that sometimes, at least the 3D ones, as far as I know. And yeah, well, I don't know. It's always cool when they do stuff like that. They don't have to, but it's nice. Gives the game a certain something. On an unrelated note, kind of sad that the DS server is down, the 3DS server and the Wii U server. Which, yeah, fair enough. The 3DS has been out for like, what, 10 years or something? But still, it's just sad that it is down because I honestly think the 3DS is probably one of their like better like portable consoles. I mean, I have it anyway. Might as well use it. So yeah, I'm gonna miss it. And some of those games are gonna be on the Switch, like but you know, like the Game Boy Advance games, the Game Boy games. But yeah, it's probably gonna be some exorbitant price or something. Well, bye, Antonio. I don't know why you're exploding like that. That's very weird. And now you're gone. Alright.
We did it!
We did it! Yeah, yeah, yeah! I would love it if Q-Pulse actually sounded like that. A moonberry. What are you doing? Not this way. I like that he wrote that for him. That's amazing. Not like this. Not like this. Ooh! The voice acting did more justice than I did, to be fair.
Serves you right, Alfonso. You got what you deserved. Ah well, I guess I have to skewer all of them.
Huh? Weird.
What? 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 What's going on? My traps have never failed before. Crush them! Crush them! Crush them!
Emerald the Loco. Someone has tampered with all of the machines in the mines. They're all malfunctioning.
What? Why? 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 How could this be? I don't understand. Vice, why would you just die?
Oh, fainted again. I like his boots though. I am so fond of characters who do this. Like when they faint and their legs start twitching for some reason. Just so weird. Probably not nice in real life, but like, I don't know, in fiction it's funny. Sir, snap out of it. Please get a hold of yourself. Wow. Alfonso, you good? Want some Sunny D? Oh, why do these things always happen to me? Yeah, I'm kind of wondering that too. Be a nicer person. Elton John! I don't remember his voice. You've made it out of the mines unharmed, I see. I made a few adjustments to some of the machinery in the mines. Did it help? We didn't notice anything. Oh, so that's what that was. Oh my god. Yes, well, let's be on our way. Ah, yes, I managed to open the door to the outside as well. I must hurry back to see my family. They must be terribly worried about me. You really know your stuff. And he cares very much about his family as well. You're a good man, Clementine. We're glad we could help you. Thank you very much. Well, I must get going. Stop by and see me in Hoteco when you get a chance. And that's the dungeon, everyone. I think you can come and visit the dungeon again at some point, but I don't remember. And yes, about the people in the here, the slaves. They're just gonna be here for a bit of time, and then they'll just, I guess they'll go after stuff is dealt with. So we're just gonna ignore all the slavery. Because we have to find a shiny green rock. Oh, good. For the capture went funny. Probably should try and heal. Probably try and get some magic points in me. Magic droplets. There we go. Usually I don't finish the dungeon that quick because I tend to backtrack a lot. Okay. And the stream stopped for just a second, but yeah, should be okay. The Wi-Fi was being very weird today, so I was worried about this stream. So, yeah, just hope that things stay pretty consistent today. Let's see. So yeah, I was saying earlier about Gotham Knight. I would only get the game if it was free. It's not terrible. I mean, Gotham is actually pretty big in that game, which is really cool. There's a lot of crimes in the game, so you do have quite a lot of things you can actually do and enjoy. It's just, yeah, the combat is kind of lackluster. And, wait, no? Rain of Swords, that's what I want. Sacrum. Thanks for joining. Don't go. Oh, what's that guy? Screw him. Screw him. Counter hit. You know, I'm also thinking of streaming some other games on here that might be on the Dreamcast. But the problem is, my Dreamcast doesn't work. It used to be gray, but now it's so old it just looks brown. So, yeah. Also, I don't think I have a capture card that can capture, is it CRTs? Is that the term? You know, not HDMI, but you know, the free wires used to plug into TVs a long time ago. Oh yeah, I forgot I've got moonberries now. So I can probably learn a new move. Oh wow. Just got one move left for Vice, but I can't learn it at the moment, so that sucks. That seems useful, but I think it might be better if I just get Drachma's ultimate move. If I can. Oh, I just saved. Never mind. Got a little worried there. Got a little panic attack because I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen next because I haven't played this game in like ages. Okay, so I think we'll just go back to the hut. The perverted old guy says some stuff, and then we do stuff. Okay. Oh. Flying fruit things. Okay. No. Yes, Drachma, you're always gonna be spirit charging because that's like your #1 thing. I don't know if I can finish the Lost City in this stream.
Move! Give me strength!
I mean, that's been 2 hours. I don't know if I'm making good progress. I didn't backtrack so much with the Moonstone Mountain, so maybe. Not fatigue breath. Why does everyone have that move? Just rush. Just rush him. Let's see. Alright. Actually, a fruit monster doesn't sound like a bad monster design. I mean, it could probably lure people, not people, like other monsters in, and then they attack them. Actually kind of makes sense in that world. Okay. She's getting there with the silver spell. I just remember what's coming next. Well, I can't say, but yeah, it's gonna be a little annoying. I don't know if I need a guide to do this quicker, but we'll see. We'll see.
Here goes. Over there.
It's Conan time. There we go. I'm getting kind of a migraine, but then it's pretty late, so yeah. Usually I do these streams during the day, but I had some stuff to sort out. Also, you know, I thought something else was going to happen, so yeah. So I can sort of multitask sometimes. Oh, alright. Oh yeah, another thing I just remembered. Am I the only one that... No, the only one, of course not. Why did I phrase it that way? I'm actually like constantly looking forward to these Tekken 8 reveals, and yeah, I'm just like, and they're doing it very frequently. I know I'm dating this video by saying that, but like, wow, it's I mean, they revealed Asuka, so I'm happy about that, but we haven't seen Bob yet. Bob is my best character in Tekken, so I'm waiting for him to show up. Asuka, top 5. Oh. They both have kind of similar voices, I guess. I thank you for saving Isaba. Yes, thank you for rescuing me. I would love to thank you two ladies personally, but I must return to my priestly duties. Well, it was nice meeting you. Not so fast. You're supposed to tell us the location of the lost city. Ah, that's right. I'm sorry, I completely forgot. Ha ha. So I feel like I know people like this. They have to laugh at everything. Yeah. King Izataka, with all due respect, where did you get this guy? Is he really a high priest? Of course, he has much knowledge in ancient scriptures and history. Very well, I shall pass on to you the secret of the lost city that has been passed down in my family for many generations. A stick of butter, 2 cups of sugar, oh, that's the grocery list. It's a recipe at your grocery list. The great bird with its wings spread, and the kneeling golden man will open the way. That is all. So you got it? What do you mean that's all? I have no idea what you're talking about. To be completely honest, I don't know what it means either. You need to solve the riddle on your own. Ha 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 ha. My life is a joke. I give up. If you didn't know, then you should have said so in the first place.
Now calm down, Aika. Listen to what he just told us. The great bird with his wings spread, and the kneeling golden man will open the way. I know what it means. The great bird with his wings spread, and the kneeling golden man are probably somewhere on this continent.
So if we find them, we'll find the lost city. Alright, let's go and find this great bird and the golden man. Yeah, so I don't think I need a guide for this, but if I take too long, I'll probably have to find a guide. I think I know where we found the golden man earlier by accident. The great bird is maybe here? Is it here maybe? No? There it is. You have found the great bird. The wings and tail of a great bird are said to indicate the equinoxes of the ancient Izataka lunar calendar. Figures of other animals once dotted the plains, but they have been swallowed by the expanding forest, leaving only the bird. Hey Aika, do you see something glittering on the ground, right where the eye of the bird would be? Hey, you're right. Let me go down and see what it is. Hey Vice, I found something. Those are gems stuck into the ground. I'm sure they won't miss a little itty bitty gem, would they? You found the great bird's eye. The great bird's eye. I'm sure they make great fish fingers. Besides, who knows what a nice little gem like this will come in handy. So, we found both of them now. Do I have enough? Yeah, it should be fine. Got a lot of magic drops, so I don't need to go back. So, the bird is pointing this way. Ah, there it is. You have found the gates of Rixis. The gates of Rixis. A huge stone face that stands quietly, buried deep in the forest of Izataka. The stones have been fitted so tightly together that not even an insect can crawl between them. It is a remnant of an ancient civilization. Yeah, so I found it. I remember as a kid it took me like several hours to find it. So, yeah, I don't know why. It was right there. So, those stones were very important because you gotta put them in these. Let's try putting in the golden man. Okay. And then the next one is the bird. Never wonder why they build these kind of places in the first place. Well. Let's see this lost city. Oh, I remember this place. I mean, I sort of remembered it before, but I just remembered how this level works. I might even just, I might get halfway through it and call it a day. Now I know why they call this place the City of Mist, but I don't remember seeing any mist in the forest. This air is thin. It's a little hard to breathe. We were going up for a long time. I think these mists are actually clouds. But this doesn't look anything like a lost city of gold. There's just a bunch of ruins up here. Yeah, that's how these legends are. They always exaggerate. In the old world, Rixus was the capital of the Green Civilization. It was destroyed by the Rains of Destruction. Yeah, you can kind of see it, the craters from the Rains of Destruction. Yeah. Since then, it's been frozen in time. These craters must have been caused by the moonstones that were bombarding the city. I've not seen any gold here. As time passed, stories about the city probably got more and more exaggerated. Girl. We were supposed to find gold here. I should have slapped that dirty old man city when we had the chance. What the? Boo? Vice, if the city's been dead for generations, then who is that? What? Where? Over there. This happened to me in real life too. I totally get it. Where? I don't see anything. Huh? But there was someone there. Aika, this city's been dead for a very long time. Who else would be here? It's probably just your imagination acting up. Why don't you believe me? I know I saw something. Fina, do you think that maybe I saw a ghost? A ghost? What's a ghost? Oh, poor Fina. It's been a while since you said something like that. A ghost is how should I explain this? Well, it's something very scary, that's for sure. Really? Well, if you're this scared, Aika, this ghost must be something scary indeed. The two things I hate the most right now are dirty old men and ghosts. Vice, let's not go. We'll be cursed. Oh, come on, Aika. We came all the way here for the green crystal, and we're not about to go back empty-handed. You could just wait here until we get back. Oh no, I'm not gonna wait here by myself with those things out there. I like how Drachma just always just sits in the back. You know, he's just in the back, not participating in the conversation at all. What does he think about? I guess he's just listening. Alright, I'll go with you. I can't believe I'm doing this. Hey, he just kind of sits in the back. So yeah, this level is annoying. It's not bad. It's not a bad level. It's just tedious. I think like the first time it wasn't. I actually liked it, but yeah, but after a while it just kind of got annoying. But that's just me. I don't know. Totem poles. Nice. Huh. That was easy.
Take this.
Why? It's cone time, baby. Ugh. Wow, nice dodge, Vice.
That was easy.
But yeah, I was thinking about. Sorry, I wasn't quite for a while. I was actually thinking like, yeah, I need to definitely work on the art thing. 'Cause I haven't done one for a while. I'm actually trying to find an app that's similar to PowerPoint, but kind of similar to Google Images. Something where you can kind of just view images like, and I can put it on the stream. When I started this channel, we used PowerPoint for the discussions, but which is good. It's a pretty good app to use. But I also want one where you can kind of just change things whilst you're doing it. You know. I guess maybe I could just use the File Explorer or something. Maybe that might be better. I don't know.
Over there. Here goes.
So yeah, still thinking about it. So I'll let you know how that goes. Not Noxie. Yeah, maybe I should just look for apps that are kind of like Photoshop, but not. But it's maybe I'm asking for something weird because they not Photoshop, PowerPoint. But I can't think of anything. A friend suggested Google Images, but I don't know. Honestly, on my Google account, I don't have any space to do this kind of thing. So, you know what? I'll figure something out. Yeah. Also, I need to buy another hard drive. I realize. Because I'm actually running out of space for all my storage in general. For some reason, when you're editing videos, it takes up a lot of space. Actually, not just editing videos, just like any capture. Like, it takes up a lot of space. Like,
It looks like we've won.
an old game like this doesn't take as much space, but it's still like quite a number of gigs to do it. Yeah, I'm also like, okay, let me think. Yeah, I'm thinking about how far I should progress for this dungeon. because you know, I feels like it's a long dungeon because I remember it being kind of long. Maybe I'll play it for a few minutes and then we'll see how it goes. Because I'm even thinking if I should just do this by myself in between like streams. Aw, don't block. I need you not to block, please. Ah, you're blocking too. 69. Nice. 95 now is interesting. 95 doesn't sound nice. Whatever it is.
Is it over already?
I can't even begin to imagine what 95 would look like. Okay. Treasure. Reason crystal. Too bad Rizan is just based on luck. Well. Stairs is so new. I knew there was gonna be a random battle there, and I was really hoping it wouldn't be there, but there we go. There it is. More totem poles and evil reindeers. You know, they're probably not evil, they're just trying to live their life. And we just intruded on their, whatever they're doing.
Here goes. Move. Give me
Yeah,
strength.
I get a migraine from doing this. I think because it's late. And she's not even that late, it's about 10:44 here, but still. It's kind of late. Actually, I can't remember what, oh, wait, yeah. So I'm trying to remember how the story progresses from here. You know, without any spoilers, obviously. Okay. Yeah, okay, I kind of remember. Okay. Yeah. Thinking about how to do this. Yeah, maybe I'll just... Yeah, okay. So, I'll just go a little further in the dungeon. Then I'll try and finish... I won't finish the dungeon completely. But I'll get to the boss at the end of the dungeon by myself. And then we continue from there next week, I guess. I'll probably try and grind at, you know, in between. So that, you know, we can get through this faster.
Move. Give me strength.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. But yeah, let me find a save point or something. I actually can't remember if there's a save point in the middle of these. Because usually in these dungeons, at least in these games, it's not too many like save points, sadly.
That
Which
was
is
easy.
a little weird, but you know. Yeah, and again, there's no like rushing through fights, so I don't know why they didn't have like, I don't know, maybe 2 save points, like 3 or 2 of them or something, and then I don't know, maybe made it so that forgot how amazing this place is. That thing scared me as a kid. It's a big sloth, but
Over there.
I guess as a kid I didn't know what a sloth was. I mean, sloths don't usually look this, whatever this is, just huge. Also, he has like really high defense. He's like a mini boss. A little over the top, mate. Yeah, that's a lot.
Moons, give me strength.
A guy who's this strong probably needs a Cutlass Fury. I like he always covers his face after he gets hit. Like, oh, come on, none for my kids. Such a weird idea for an enemy. Just a giant Yeti-looking sloth. And for some reason, it's like a mini boss. No idea why. Makes no sense. Oh wait, Drachma is not feeling good. I probably should have done something. What does Drachma's confused face look like? Looks the same. Yeah, it's kind of the same. So since I'm not gonna be finishing this dungeon on the stream, I'll probably just say this. There's this whole thing where so the ghost that Aika saw, essentially it keeps popping up as you keep progressing through the dungeon. There isn't much dialogue or anything you're gonna miss out on. It's mostly like not a lot. Actually, there's barely any dialogue whenever you spot it. It's just, you know. I think it's only when you get to the end of the level where, you know, you find out this whole deal. Stone Cutter. That's Vice's weapon. Now you remembered. Okay. Alright. I'm thinking like, yeah, because I know this dungeon is really repetitive, so that's why I wanted to just kind of not have to have you guys go through it with me. And it's nice to look at, but yeah, it's a little stale. a little bit stale. Okay. Yeah, maybe after this fight I'll just, I don't know. Nah, I'll play it for a little bit. Just so we can see the ghost again. Ah, sparkles. Ah, extra sparkles. I know it's like, is it pollen or something? Is pollen what I'm thinking of? It's probably a different word. But yeah. Also, hopefully by the next time, I will have Drachma's ultimate move. Which should be very good at dealing with the boss in this level. Because I think all I need is one more Moonberry, then I can get it.
That's fun.
Speak of the freaking devil! Can I get it? Damn it! Guess I need more. I need maybe another one. Maybe it needs like 4 Moonberries or something. And I don't know where I'm going. Okay, I came from here. I didn't go this way. Yeah, so this level is kind of easy to get lost in. It's Mr. Ghost Man. So there's not really any dialogue, so see? It's the green reindeers again.
Here goes.
So people are calling it this year like the year of fighting games. I mean, you have Street Fighter 6 coming out, and you have Tekken 8 coming out, and they've even announced that Mortal Kombat 12 will be coming out. Not that I really play Mortal Kombat games anyway, but still. Still, I'm sure people will appreciate it. I don't even know where they would go with the Mortal Kombat story. So, yeah, just, like, why? I guess they need to bring out something. A part of me would have just preferred if they brought out, like, Injustice 3 or something. But I guess more combat makes them more money, so yeah. And you know, with DC stuff, it is kind of, you know, it's all this legal stuff that needs to be sorted out, especially since there's all these DC stuff coming out these days, like these movies and whatnot. I mean, today they had just announced Blue Beetle, so you know, I get it. Okay.
Is it over already?
That's what the stonecutter looks like, I guess. Some of the weapons are supposed to be stronger, but it's like, they don't look stronger. So yeah, this is what the level is. See? Just moving platforms. And then having to check several areas because, oh, there's a moonfish there. Can't forget that. But I think you can come back to this level anytime, so yeah. Anyway, I'll probably call it a day here. I would go a little bit longer, but again, there's barely any save points in this game, which is kind of weird. I don't know why they did that, but yeah. Anyway, so next week we'll hopefully by then I'll be at the end of this dungeon, and I'll save at an adequate point so you don't miss any story. And yeah, if you like the content, I would really appreciate a follow. Or you can also just catch my old streams on Fruit Punch Crunch. The Art Mood YouTube channel is for just art. So I do like discussions there or art streams. But for all the gaming stuff is Fruit Punch Crunch. So yeah. I always post on Twitter when I'm going to be streaming again. So, you know, even if you don't follow me, you can still you could still check out my posts on Twitter, which is conveniently on the dashboard of Twitter. I mean, not Twitter, Twitch, Twitter. You can understand why I made a mistake. So yeah, I'm also just happy that you just watched today, and I hope that you have a nice day and you keep it crispy. Is that what the young people are saying? Keep it crispy? Should be a thing. Who wouldn't want to be crispy? Anyway, y'all have a nice day. And don't be like Drachma. Don't sit in the back and just listen to everyone talk. Just say something. Just say something sometimes. Okay? Yeah, you know? Let people know you're there. Alright. Wait, the ship is valued at, what was that? 200,000? Did I read that right? Yeah, okay. That's gold. Yeah, fair enough. Don't know how much a gold would be in that world, so. Anyway, yeah. I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.